Hey guys, I'm Nick May from the Business Brush. Today we're going to be talking about making sure that you are making money on every project. Stay tuned. Now, I know you're super busy. You have a lot of things going on. You're out on the job sites, maybe you're still painting, maybe you're running around doing project management, you're doing estimates, and then in the evening, you've got to go home and you've got to finish those estimates. You've got to deal with emails that you have. One of the things that is forgotten by most painting contractors, and I'm looking at you, yeah, you, right now, is you are not making sure that you're making money on every single project. Well, how do you do that, Nick? Right? That's what you're asking. So today we're talking about job costing. It's making sure that you are making money on every single project. This will do a few things for you. You will start to be able to see trends. You'll identify problems that happen on your projects because you will be intentional. So we have a form at Walls by Design that actually outlines all of the things that go into a project, and so we can get a really true and accurate gross profit on the project. So gross profit, if you remember, we had a video previously, we talked about this. Gross profit is the total sales minus all of the things that go into making that entire project. So if you have materials, and you most likely have materials, you're going to go to your invoices from whatever paint store that you are buying from, and you are going to enter that number. So one of the things that we do here at Walls by Design is we only put one project on per invoice. So when we go to the paint store and order paint, we put that under one customer. So that means if I go to the paint store to pick up paint for 3 projects, we actually have to sign 3 different invoices at the paint store. The other thing we do is we break out all of our sundries and our miscellaneous tape, caulk, paper, all of those things that we can't necessarily pinpoint to one project. So you have to be diligent to do that as well. So if I'm ordering tape and caulk and paper, I put that on one invoice, and then I put the paint for that project on a totally different invoice. That way, when you go to do your job costing, it's very simple. And we actually get statements at the end of the month. So you don't have to do this right after each project. It might be better to wait to the end of the month so that you have all of your costs right there in front of you. And we get a statement from our paint store, and I can actually see on the printout, Jones, Johnson, etc., etc., etc. And so it's easy for me to break down and put those numbers down on my job costing sheet. You're also going to put all of your labor that went on that project. So if you have guys going from project to project to project in one day, you have to make sure that they're clocking in and clocking out to those specific projects. It's all about tracking your numbers, guys, and so you have to have these processes to make it easier for you to understand and see how your jobs are ending up. We can all be thinking, I've got money in the bank, but if you don't look at the projects in specific, you won't know if you're making money or you're losing money. So we have an average job profit, gross profit of 43%. That means on average, that's the percentage that we are taking to then pay for our overhead and to provide profit for the company. So then what we do with all of those numbers, we put them in a spreadsheet. So we have our individual sheets for the job costing, and then we have a spreadsheet that tracks everything. And that allows us to see trends. And anytime a project goes really high, so if I hit a project that has a higher than, let's say, 45% gross profit, we mark that in a color, let's say green, because we're making more money. And then if anything drops below probably 40%, we mark it in red to identify that that was a project we didn't make what we're trying to make. And then we can dive in and look at, well, why didn't we make as much money on that project? It could be the type of project, it could be the team that did the project. So what this has allowed me to do is to identify which teams are more profitable on a consistent basis. So it has also helped me identify that we have different areas that we make different amounts of money on. We actually still make that 43%, but we actually make twice as much per guy per day on cabinet painting than we do regular wall painting. And I wouldn't know that if I didn't do job costing. So it's super important. So thanks for watching the video today. Would you do me a favor? Would you please make sure that you've subscribed to this channel? Yeah, you, please, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, do it right now. Would you give me a comment? Are you tracking your profitability? And if you are, does it look good? Would you do me another favor, just one more? Would you please share this on either Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn? It would mean the world to me. Hey, I'm Nick May from the Business Brush. Thanks for joining me.